When I'm in school, I feel like I'm floating. When I'm home, I feel like I'm out in space. In my community, I feel no gravity. When I'm at the center, I feel my feet on the ground. I feel like I'm on Earth.
Hey everybody, this is Billy Porter, and I just wanted to send some love and light to the Bayrd Rustin Center for Social Justice.
Bring to you the executive director of the March on Washington, the man who organized this whole thing, Mr. Bayard Rustin.
The first demand is that we have effective civil rights legislation. What do you say?
The most consequential social justice movements of the 20th century were guided by a Black, gay pacifist, a man who overcame countless challenges in the fight for equal rights. Biography: You Need to Know. Bayard Rustin's commitment to nonviolent protest was rooted in his Quaker upbringing, and it bloomed when he introduced the principle to his friends in the burgeoning civil rights movement. A master organizer, Rustin planned the March on Washington, bringing hundreds of thousands of people to D.C. to demand civil rights laws. But as an openly gay man, Rustin faced discrimination from his adversaries as well as his peers. Yet Rustin turned these obstacles into action, and he joined the LGBTQ+ movement to fight for gay rights. And today, his lifetime of activism lives on at the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice.
Community Activist Center, educational bridge, safe space for our LGBTQI youth, our intersectional families, and all our marginalized folks, connecting our beautifully diverse communities locally here in Princeton and across the nation with powerful programming and extraordinary events. As meaningful as they are fabulous.
The Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice Queer Youth Brigade allows me personally, as a trans femme person, to navigate my personal journey and other queer youth who are looking for a safe space to share in our stories and to move forward together. I invite you all to join us.
Our BRCSJ Trans Justice Collective invites our transgender community to rise up together to create trans community care and safe and brave spaces. With committed action and advocacy, we work to heal each other and ourselves, evolving individually while practicing collective transformation.
The Bayard Rustin Center's Defenders of the Right to Read monitor the state of censorship and battle book banning.
Hi, I'm Harmonica Sunbeam, and I'm also the drag queen in residence for the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice. I had the pleasure to present the first ever Drag Story Hour in Princeton. Yes, a wonderful program that teaches children about gender diversity, self-acceptance, and building empathy through stories and song, which is especially imperative in this difficult time for our culture and community.
Our BRCSJ Racism is a Public Health Crisis project activates citizens to create community coalitions, building anti-racist understanding and advocating for direct action to counter racism, particularly as it causes disparities in health that negatively impact people of color.
Hey friends, this is Alan Muraoka, BRCSJ board member and part of the cast of the long-running children's television series Sesame Street, where we teach empathy, tolerance, acceptance, and love. The exact same values that the good folks at the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice put forward every day. So please help support our LGBTQIA safe spaces and the beautifully diverse communities that we represent. Thank you so much.
The pivotal work of the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice cannot be contained in just one space. We are now partnering with other organizations to create satellite centers to act as beacons of hope. Not only locally, these satellite centers will serve as a network to connect our community across the nation and around the world. Our first dedicated space is in Ohio with Akron AIDS Collaborative. We're also looking towards Seattle, Chicago, and here in the Metro Detroit area, and hopefully wherever you are right now. Join us as we continue to build our beloved community.
Our dedicated LGBTQIA safe space is open each and every day with trained volunteers ready to welcome all with the respect and dignity they deserve. This is the kind of spot I needed when I was growing up, and I am so proud to be able to offer that strength and solace to others now.
Our stories must be told, and our histories must be preserved. It is part of the very mission of the Center, exemplified by the burgeoning Queer History Archive. It became the first piece of LGBTQIA subject matter to be displayed at the Princeton Historical Society.
Hey, eyes up here. I was so honored to Grand Marshal the very first Princeton Pride Parade and after party back in 2019, which brought together over 3,000 people in solidarity and celebration. We took the party virtual in 20 and 21 and reached over 20,000 people on the World Wide Webs, and we were back in the streets in 2022 because, as the saying goes, skies out, thighs out. As a proud Rustin Center board member, I look forward to all the great works yet to come.
Be an angelic troublemaker and support the impactful intersectional work of the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice. Support what the ancestors have been doing to try to build the beloved community for all of us.
During the pandemic, we were heartbroken to not be able to offer our center's safe space to our community. So the day we closed our doors physically, we opened them virtually, creating our Social Justice Power Hour, which became as exponential as it was inspirational. Broadcast live every single weeknight for more than 2 years, over 600 shows, gathering together thousands of viewers, hosting an impressive mix of fabulous folks, authors, activists, artists, dignitaries, politicians, actors, poets. And here, my friends, just a tease of the meaningful magic that we conjured up.
Hi, this is Al Franken, and I'm glad that you tune in to the Bayrd Rustin Social Justice Center Power Hour. It's something I support so much.
Our BRCSJ Queer History Archive project to preserve and protect the life and legacy of Bayard Rustin will serve as the first dedicated repository of all the materials that are now housed in various collections across the globe, so all can learn from and be inspired by Bayard's impactful works of the people and important public service. Not only a scholarly resource, but an extraordinary opportunity for community members to share their own stories, whether they be personal interactions or how indeed they were inspired by Mr. Rustin.
One of the most exciting aspects of the Bayard Rustin Queer History Archives will be the story sharing, which is so essential and indeed life-giving to our community. We envision having historians and authors speak about Bayard's achievements and legacy, as well as getting firsthand accounts from his family members and other loved ones who witnessed his angelic troublemaking. These inspirational stories will be woven together into a film project dedicated to elevating Bayard Rustin to his rightful place in our history in order to inspire future generations.
In 2019, my freshman year of high school, I came out
and I went to a football game with my girlfriend. And what I was expecting to be a really exciting experience turned into a negative one because everyone was super unaccepting. And by the next week, I could not walk from class to class without being harassed by my peers. Because it got worse, I went to my principal and she told me that if I don't want to get bullied, then I should just not hold hands with my girlfriend. I left her office feeling defeated, and I had to walk around every day feeling ashamed of who I was.
Feeling like I couldn't protect her was the worst. It was so frightening. But the Bayard Rustin Center took that fear and replaced it with hope. From the very first conversation we had with Rob and Carol, we knew things were going to be okay. They told us that they'd help us make her school a safe and inclusive space for every student. And we could not have asked for better guidance or support. They stood by us, helping us petition the administration for a safe and inclusive space. Unfortunately, when the school district decided they were not interested in protecting LGBTQ+ students, Rob was relentless in his search for and even finding us an attorney to take our case. I could never thank you enough for protecting my child, for protecting all children, and for working to ensure that every student in our district is treated with the respect and dignity they deserve.
My school will be a safe and inclusive place for all students, and that wouldn't be possible without the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice.
This is what we do. This is who we are.
Our safe space is more necessary and more needed than ever.
A home for all our beloved friends, allies, and chosen family to gather together. Please join us as an angelic troublemaker.
Please give whatever is within your heart, and please donate whatever is within your means to help support our amazing community at the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice.
We need in every community a group of angelic troublemakers.